Hey everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about 96 Words for Love by Rachel Roy. However, there was a second author listed. Let me just get it.
Ava Dash.
So by Rachel Roy and Ava Dash, but it doesn't say it in the buy on Goodreads, so just throwing that out there. Anyway, I got this eARC through Edelweiss.
Me too.
Okay, so essentially this is about Rhea, who has kind of been your classic good girl, following the path that her parents have laid out for her. So she's going to go to UCLA like her parents. She's going to become a lawyer like her parents. However, when she gets the UCLA acceptance, it causes some serious anxieties. And then kind of around the same time, her beloved grandmother dies over in India. And as her dying wish, she wants Rhea and her cousin Anandi to kind of go on this scavenger hunt, essentially, but go to this ashram in India to find some items that the grandmother left there. So Rhea takes the opportunity with the summer before college to go live in the ashram with her cousin to kind of find what her grandmother left behind. Now in the ashram, it's essentially, it's like a religious place. You go there to meditate, and there's no romantic entanglements, none of that. You're really kind of going for self-reflection. However, when Rhea shows up, the first guy that opens the door is a super hottie, and she totally has this connection with him. So while Rhea's there, she really is kind of working on herself. She's getting to know the other people there and kind of seeing their own progress. But she's really falling for this guy. And also, Rhea so happens to stumble into this volunteering portion, this volunteering gig. Anyway, it's teaching at the local school, so she's helping kids learn how to read in both English and Indian.
So I liked the idea of this book. I liked the idea, particularly, there's a lot of stuff in here that's great. She talks about the fact that her mother's Indian, her father's African American. She talks about that culture clash, and she also talks about how her father had worked really hard and rised up from where he was raised, and how he didn't necessarily like to go back to his roots. But there was still a pride in his roots, but he didn't want to take his children to that area. I thought that was great. I thought the story of her going to India was great. I just never connected with Rhea. I just never really liked her voice.
See, and I liked her. I thought she was funny. I thought she was interesting. I appreciated the fact that she really kind of talked about, because through the journey, she's learning about her grandmother wanted to become a religious leader, but there was the potential of kind of having a romantic relationship, and Rhea struggles with the idea of kind of giving up your success for a man, and I thought that was really interesting.
I don't know. I just never really felt like she was that well developed. She never came very full to life to me. My big issue with this book is I don't think it knows what it wants to be. Is it...
I can agree with that.
Because in some ways, it's almost like Eat, Pray, Love for teens. And then all of a sudden, there's human trafficking.
Well, and then also, so it's supposed to be a retell of an Indian legend.
It's from the Bhagavad Gita, right?
Sure.
I know I said that wrong. We read a chunk of it from my world's religion class, but we didn't read this part.
And I just think that the romance of this book was the weakest part, and that's kind of unfortunate, because the whole concept of this book is built around this kind of the great romance.
Right, the story is the romance.
A great romance.
About, finding someone.
And the romance was kind of there. It was okay. It was normal. It was not normal. It was
standard.
It was standard, but it was real. There was some insta-love in play, but I could see her kind of going on and moving beyond this love. You know what I mean?
And that might be another one, because he wasn't the strongest swoon-worthy romantic lead. And when you're saying, though, the origin of the story is this great love story in Indian myth. This is... So it should be this incredible love.
Right, and I don't necessarily know if I like him for her.
And I feel they didn't make sense together, if that makes, them together.
Briefly, sure, but yeah, like
not
great love story. They don't make sense together. But
yeah.
what are you going to do? So I think overall I enjoyed this book. However, when I really kind of look at the fact that the romance was the weakest part of the book, that says something based on the fact that that's what this book is about.
It is.
So, I don't know. Makes me feel weird.
We should rate it.
Okay, our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns. If we didn't like it, it is a horse. Where are you?
I'm at a 3. First of all, I mean, like I said, I wasn't in love with the characters. I didn't think, like, nothing really jumped out at me. But it's very original. I mean, you don't see this story every day.
Oh, it's completely original. I want to give it a 4, but I think the fact of the matter is the fact that the romance is not where it should be really kind of brings me down to a 3. And I want to give it a 4, but it's a 3.
So that is where we are on 96 Words for Love.
All right, so see you around.
Bye.